and assessing some of the damage. Let's start at the beginning for people that maybe didn't hear what we talked about a couple of hours ago when this first happened. Where were you? What did you hear and all of that?
I was at my house. I lived down on Philadelphia Road, and heard a huge explosion, felt the ground shake. And I thought immediately, maybe it's another earthquake. Went outside. All my neighbors are outside wondering what, and you could see the black smoke. Just huge.
Did you see flames as well? Or what did you see?
Flames.
Where you were?
Yeah, I couldn't see any flames. You could just see, the black smoke coming up. Couldn't tell where it was. Like I told you earlier, I have a couple friends that live down there.
Right.
There's a couple little streets of residences, and
you talked to them as well.
Yeah.
Been able to check in with folks. What are they saying?
Yeah, my friend, he's had to close all his windows. He was worried about the smoke coming in, but none of his windows were blown out that he could tell at that point.
But that's not the case elsewhere, as we've heard from people that work down here in some of these various buildings. Or windows blown out, there are ceilings that have collapsed in buildings, or a dumpster that overturned, and you've been walking around. What else have you seen?
Like when I was talking to you right over here, these windows are blown out.
Right, there's a building actually behind us. It's an old Wendy's that, I don't know, it looks like it's under construction. At first we thought maybe it wasn't, but then a closer look, there was.
The McDonald's.
The McDonald's on the other side had windows blown out.
Right, exactly. That kind of trajectory right through here. Anybody close to that, I'm thinking that the explosion I felt a mile away, imagine what it's like over here.
What do you make of this whole scene as you've been out here kind of monitoring it?
Well, I'm glad the wind's blowing that way,
Yeah. Me too.
I don't know what exactly is in there. Nobody does, because the fire department can't get up to it, so...
Right. All right. Hey, thanks for joining us. And, I've talked to some other individuals as well, people who are right down there at the epicenter. Let's listen in on one of those interviews.
The first thing we saw was a heavy black smoke, and there was no wind blowing. The smoke was real thick. It was just pretty much going vertical, and then you could see like an orange flame inside of that smoke. And you could not feel any heat off of it yet, but then it turned to like a bright yellow flame, and the flame was running to the top of the clouds, and then you could feel the heat coming off of the flame. And we were standing there looking at the loading dock, and all of a sudden, when it went, it knocked me down and my two other co-workers. Just pushed us back, and we fell down, and there was debris, like a white kind of soot on us. And I don't know if that was part from there or from the buildings coming loose.
Yeah, that gentleman there by the name of Chuck, he had actually just pulled out of the industrial area here when he stopped to talk to us about an hour ago or so. And what an incredible story that he had to share. And he's one of the only eyewitnesses that we've been able to talk to so far that really painted a picture of what that fire looked like right at the moment it happened. And when he described that, a tall yellow flame, and he had said at one point it appeared to just shoot straight up into the clouds, and then it began to change colors. I think that's what had so many people in this area concerned right away, as what was burning, what kind of a chemical is it, and then he talked about those white particles that were falling from the sky. Obviously that has raised a lot of concerns of people out here, but again, to reiterate, fire officials